Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Workhorse Stock. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be talking about Workhorse Stock. And if you don't know what Workhorse Stock actually does, right, they produce EV, battery-powered delivery trucks, right? Currently in talk with USPS about a $7 billion deal to roll out 180,000 vehicles, all run on battery. It's a big deal, and it's kind of basically what put Workhorse on the map. But before we get into all that, guys, analyzing the 5-year chart, this thing IPO'd December 11th of 2015 at $5.90. Basically up 191% ever since its IPO. But looking at the 1-year chart, guys, as you see, it is up 601%. Workhorse stock actually has been growing a lot. Looking at the 3-month chart, only up about 7%, and the 1-month chart is actually down 29%. And over the last month, people have kind of been wondering, why has Workhorse stock actually been crashing? Where's Workhorse stock headed? Do you have a price prediction on Workhorse stock? And stuff like that. So we're going to start. As you guys know, the USPS deal was taking a lot longer than people actually thought, which in my opinion, caused the stock to actually start to sink. This thing was trading around $31 a share, causing it to go down, basically lose almost half its value. This thing was trading around $15 a share at one point, but it's because a lot of people are waiting for the USPS deal. A lot of people are starting to get kind of, speculative about, if the deal is going to go through. And like I said, Workhorse stock actually, there's a lot riding on this deal. There's a lot riding on this whole potential. But the thing is, I'm actually not here to talk to you guys about the whole USPS deal. I do think Workhorse stock is going to land the deal. Like I said, I know that they're in talks with Workhorse and a bunch of other companies. But right now, Workhorse is the only one that actually has, 2 EV delivery vans ready to go, the C650 and the C1000. And it basically goes to show that, that Workhorse stock is the only competitor right now that offers an EV option. I know people are saying that, okay, Ford offers an EV option as well, but it's not even basically made yet. I don't think they're even planning to produce it or even, start even kind of going into the talks about that until 2022. But for me, I still think Workhorse stock is a buy at $17.19. Obviously, guys, everything I say in my video is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. But the reason why I think Workhorse stock is still a buy is because even without the USPS deal, the market that they're targeting in this specific niche has a huge want, and it's going to have a huge want in the next 5 to 10 years. And what do I mean by that? You guys have to understand that they're producing battery-powered delivery vans. Now, if you guys take a look at the broad aspect of basically the business world, there's so many companies out there that have delivery trucks, they have delivery vans, and it's a big market, and it's a huge untapped market. So Workhorse being able to produce these vehicles, although they don't land the deal with USPS, are going to be able to gather a lot more clients worldwide when it comes to this kind of stuff. You have to understand that, like I said, there's a lot of companies out there, that are going to be wanting to pick up these EV delivery vans. Why though? Why would companies want to switch their old vans for, electric delivery vans? Not only does it save them money on gas overall, updated technology on the vehicles, being able to carry more loads, but it also saves maintenance costs. So, companies being able to save a lot of money from this, companies are going to gobble that up because when you're looking at it from a company perspective, they only care about the bottom line. So, and this leads to the question, where's Workhorse stock headed? What's the price target? What's your personal price target? So for me, I think Workhorse stock right now, currently trading at $17.19 a share. I think once it gets the ball rolling, once the USPS deal is kind of decided, if they get the USPS deal, I could actually see Workhorse stock being a $50 share. And the reason I say this is because, like I said, even though they don't land the USPS deal, which I hope they do, but even if they don't, you have to understand that the product that they're offering is a big product. It's a smart product, and the specific business niche and their business model is very, very good. I know there's a lot of people that are speculating Workhorse stock now. I know that a short seller basically came out and said that Workhorse stock is basically overstating their technical prowess, that they don't have the vehicles the technology is not as up to date as they promise, and all this stuff. Basically, a lot of people basically just brush off the short seller report. But you guys always have to take in consideration when you're dealing with a short seller, you have to know that their main goal is to actually tank the stock price. So you always have to take what they say with a grain of salt. Now, I'm not saying they're wrong or right. In a lot of cases, a lot of short sellers are right. Look, for example, what happened to Luckin Coffee. Short seller came out, said that the company was basically fabricating sales, and it turned out to be true. But all I'm saying is you have to take what they say with a grain of salt because, their main target is to bring the stock price down. But for me, like I said, I could see Workhorse stock being a $50 stock. Now, how long is that going to take? Well, nobody really knows. I could see it in maybe 2 to 3 years. Once Workhorse actually gets the ball rolling, once Workhorse Stock actually establishes itself, it has a good business model. And like I said, once it actually gets itself on the road and starts landing more deals with other clients, Workhorse Stock is going to explode. And you have to understand too that the whole EV market in itself is blowing up like crazy. A lot of these EV startups are starting to pop up everywhere. You guys always have to take in consideration that investing in an EV startup is risky. A lot of people took that same risk with NIO and Tesla both, right? A lot of people thought those companies were going to go bankrupt. A lot of people thought those companies were not going to make it, but look at where they're at now. They're doing very, very well for themselves, and they continue to expand more and more every single day. But with Workhorse, it is a risky investment at this point because no one really knows where it's headed. But for me, I think it's worth the risk. Why? Because I like the product that they offer. I like the business model. And like I said, if they land this USPS deal, it's going to be huge for the stock, and it's going to be huge for the overall company. Now, they do have earnings actually coming up this Monday. I wanted to touch base with you guys about their earnings. For me, I don't know what to really expect from their earnings. I actually don't think they're going to beat their earnings. Why is that? Because I know that they probably are not selling as much vehicles as they want. Like I said, the USPS deal is probably the biggest piece of evidence. Even an analyst changed his rating from a buy to a hold because the USPS deal got delayed. It goes to show that Workhorse is probably riding a lot on this specific deal. It needs this deal to go through because, like I said, it's a lot to Workhorse Stock. I know that's what a lot of people are thinking, but from my personal perspective, even without the USPS deal, I think Workhorse Stock is going to do well. I still think Workhorse Stock as a company is going to do well, but I think it may take a little bit longer for Workhorse to establish itself without the USPS deal. Like I said, they're a top contender. I know they're working out the kinks. And like I said, in the midst of a pandemic, it's hard to expand. But Workhorse is doing pretty well for itself. And it leaves the question, guys, should I buy Workhorse Stock at $17.19? Is Workhorse Stock headed to $50, $100? Well, nobody really knows. But for me, I do recommend you guys pick up Workhorse Stock at $17. I do believe in the actual investment itself. And I'm super bullish on Workhorse Stock in the long term. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Workhorse Stock. Do you think Workhorse Stock is worth the investment? If you guys own Workhorse Stock, how many shares do you own and what's your average? With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.